Well, I guess we're live now. Oh, and we can hear ourselves talking back. So, down if you can hear that, we're getting some feedback on our end. But yeah, we're live from Orlando at the Universal Orlando Resort, hanging out here. And this is Odd Musings, episode 12. And I'm Brett.
And I'm Scott Zambelli.
So, you guys enjoy the show. We got an hour to go. We're going to be talking about a lot of fun stuff. Scott was in San Diego Comic-Con. So, and of course, he didn't have time to check out anything there because he had his table the whole weekend. But we did see some trailers online.
Yeah, we got to see the Marvel, DC, Stranger Things, all these different shows had a wonderful bunch of trailers that we'll be talking about throughout the show. And we also want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors who make all this possible, that we have our airtime, that we're at places like this. So we got T-24.com.
Loringer Chiropractic out in Belleville and Dexter.
And of course the Chubby Duck in Detroit, Chubby Duck Detroit.
And then we got International Minute Press, a new sponsor this week with us here.
Brand new sponsor we're going to be excited to talk about. Once again, it's International Minute Press. And
they are a print shop based out of Plymouth, Michigan, but they service anybody in the country. They can ship anywhere.
Yep, so that's an exciting new sponsor that really matches up well with us, with our jobs as artists as well. So we'll be able to utilize their services professionally outside of Odd Musings also. And we've already used them a little bit.
Yeah, I had some prints made up for this weekend. I'll be using at Tampa Bay Comic-Con, which is why we're down here in the first place in Florida. Is this coming Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're going to be with T-24 at the Tampa Bay Comic-Con. Just having a great time selling our comics and books and prints and all the fun stuff that we have. And hopefully seeing a lot of you fans that are down here come and check us out at the show and stuff like that. And then, but we had a little time. Scott flew in on Monday, and we came over here to City Walk on Monday night and just kind of walked around, checked things out. I snuck in real quick with my season pass, rode Spider-Man on Monday night.
That wasn't really sneaking in.
Yeah, well, I got in legally, but Scott was like, "Hey, if you want to go in," I was like, "Okay, Spider-Man's ready."
And anybody who knows me knows I love taking pictures. So while Brett was in there, I walked around this is what's called the City Walk area of Universal Resorts, Studios Resort.
Yeah, they got a lot of shops, they got a lot of restaurants, restaurants here, a lot of cool stuff. Like we ended up afterwards over at Toothsome, which is the chocolate emporium. Good food, good chocolates. But a friend of mine's daughter works there, and she was playing one of the characters, which is the manager of the place. So
Penelope. She's got a really long name.
She said call her Penelope. So
Penelope.
But
very
so I went
nice
got to make sure I got a picture with her because I hadn't seen her in a long time, and visit her just for a minute. But she stayed in character the whole time, of course, and so that was wonderful. And then yesterday,
while you were in there, I walked around. This is the City Walk area. So if you ever come down here, if you don't have tickets to go into Universal Studios itself, this is all free. You can walk around here free.
It depends what time of day you come in, because you have to pay for parking most of the time.
Yes.
But after 6 right now, they do show they had like free parking. So after 6, you can come in, park, come check out the movie theater, the restaurants.
But to come in here, you don't need a ticket.
No. There's no actual theme park ticket for the City Walk.
So, and it's beautiful. They got tons of stores, themed restaurants. They got Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. That's for you, Karen Pluger, out there. I know you're a parrot head. Islands, you can't go into the Islands Adventure. Let's see. Hard Rock Cafe you can eat at, though.
Yeah, Hard Rock or the Toothsome, like we talked about. They've got Red Oven Pizza Bakery. They got this sushi place. It's a sushi burger bar. Yeah. I've never ate there, but it sounds interesting.
Yep, let's see.
They got an Italian restaurant. They even got a Burger King Whopper bar. They only do Whoppers, and it's like a whole bar so that you make your own Whoppers.
Oh, I didn't go in there, so I didn't know about that.
Back here, I know we got a few more. We got a Menchie's for ice cream. I know there's like a Moe's, for the Mexican side. Welcome to Moe's.
And then, of course, there's Brett's Heavenly Haven over there, the Coca-Cola store.
Well, it's a small one. They got a little small stand. It's got a lot of video on it, and you can get your Coca-Cola there.
For those who know Brett, he must have Coca-Cola.
I prefer Coca-Cola over the other brands.
When I did drink pop, I liked Pepsi. I was a Pepsi person. Brett and Kevin would always make fun of me for that. But
I didn't make fun of them, but I know what I like and I know what I want.
They only called
Pepsi okay? No. Well, we're heading over to, after this, we're going to head over and do a few minutes over at Disney Springs. They have an actual Coca-Cola store. We'll probably pop in.
Disney Springs is similar to the City Walk area in that you don't need an actual ticket into the theme park to go to.
And actually with the Disney Springs, it's free parking. so you don't have to worry about paying for parking at any time of day over there, because it's a shopping destination. It's like a mall, and you got all the Disney themed stuff. And then they have a lot of actual mall stores, stuff like that. But it's a fun thing to walk through. So we're gonna go check it out, and see if one of Scott's artwork may be up over there, because he did some official artwork for Lucasfilm and Disney.
So you'll see, there's so many amazing artists that are part of that. So I probably won't be up, statistically speaking, but you never know.
Yeah, they could have something there. So we're gonna go check that out and have fun before we head back to Tampa, Clearwater area. We're gonna stay one night at my sister's house. Hi, Brooke. Hopefully you're watching. And then tomorrow we set up for the show, and we got the show through Sunday, so it's gonna be a lot of fun.
But after
while we're here, it's magic time, and I got my wand.
So yesterday, that was the first night we were here. I got off the plane from San Diego. We came straight here, and why rest? Who needs rest? So we came straight here. We did the little walk around in the city walk, but the following morning, we came here with Vinny from T-Minus 24.
Yeah, good friend. Not just our sponsor, he's a good friend of ours.
He is, and a great friend. Him and his wife Lisa are both amazing people, and we got to spend 14 hours here in the park yesterday. Once again, coming straight from San Diego Comic-Con. Why rest?
Scott was wore out. I said, we're going to stay until it's dark, and we did.
We did, and I survived it. My feet were dead by the end of the night.
We took some breaks here and there. There's a couple rides that Scott doesn't ride that I can't ride for different reasons, but Vinny rode them, and when he did, we went and grabbed a chocolate milkshake mid-afternoon and sat down in the diner in Marvel Island area, and just kind of took a little break off the feet and rest, and then we finished off the day getting more rides.
So, Brett, you've been coming here for quite a while here.
A few years now,
You have an actual season pass?
Right, I get down here enough 3-4 times a year at least, so I bought a season pass so I can pop in anytime. I'm a big Harry Potter fan, that's why I have a wand. It's an interactive, so when I'm at the Harry Potter World stuff, I can do all kinds of magic and everything else.
Yeah, and we want to give a shout out to our friend JoJo also.
Yeah, she works over there in Diagon Alley, and she varies places, but she's been at the Money Exchange lately. Yeah, but she's allowed to get
the arrangements to get us into the park.
Yeah, for Vinny and for Scott, she was cool enough to get us a couple passes on her team member passes that she's allowed to give out.
Well, she's way more than cool enough. She's very cool. So
she's awesome. We really appreciate her on that. We had a great time. Went and saw her for a minute, but she was working all day yesterday. So
what makes you? What first brought you here to Universal Studios? Because you've been coming here for so many years.
I came on vacation with some people, and we did a couple days Universal, and then we were doing Disney for a week. And I've been wanting to come to Universal for quite a while, but it's the first time I really had. And knowing we were going to be here at least 2 days, I was getting in the day before they were. I bought a season pass thinking, you know what? I was almost at that cost. I know that within that next year I'd have a chance to come back at least once. So it was worth me buying the season pass.
Right.
And I just keep renewing it every year because I get down here a few times. We did a trip 2 years ago with my sister and my young nephew Elijah. Brought him out. And we stayed on property for a few days and had a good time just kind of hanging out on the whole property and doing the rides and watching the shows and stuff like that. I just really enjoy it. I'm a big Harry Potter fan, so I enjoy doing that part of it. But I enjoy all the rides. It's a lot of fun checking everything out, hanging out. It's a nice break from reality.
Yeah.
And that's my big thing for it. I kind of, even though I get wore out doing it, I kind of recharge my batteries and get the inspirations going in me again and get back home, and I'm ready to get back to work and that.
Well, and Brett, I'll tell you, anybody who's thinking about coming down, hire Brett to be your tour guide. This is my third time here now. All 3 times we're with Brett. When we first came here the first time, when you enter the wizarding world of Harry Potter, you really feel like you're there. I mean, you walk through that wall in Diagon Alley, and it's such a cool way they do it, because you walk in and the world just reveals itself to you as you walk in.
And it's everything. It's everything from the smell of the place, to the sounds, the look.
They got the theme music playing in different
areas. The music's there.
So.
You can hear the bricks moving as you're coming in to Diagon Alley.
And of course, the centerpiece,
the dragon. You walk in, there's Green Guts with the dragon on it and all the shops coming down. You got the Weasley shop next to you there. It's just, it really does make you feel like you've walked in that world. And the first time you're there, I know as soon as we walked in, it was like, Scott had to take a few minutes. He's like, man, this just feels real. And
I believe my exact words were, because I'm a Harry Potter fan. I'm a big Harry Potter fan, but not like Star Wars. I'm a mega fan. And I said to Brett, I go, if I'm feeling this way about the Wizarding World right now, I can't imagine what's going to happen when I walk into Star Wars Land when that's done.
Star Wars Land's going to be awesome. I'm excited about that because I'm a big Star Wars fan too.
I'm going to be the little 5-year-old kid holding on, going, I don't want to go home when they close the park. And you're going to see the staff pulling me.
Right.
But I do have a plan of sneaking my armor in. I plan on just dressing up as my stormtrooper and just standing like a mannequin, not moving all day. So when the park closes, then I can run around and play. Yeah. So I'm hoping that works.
He's going to sleep in the underbelly of the Millennium Falcon they're building.
Yeah, I'm hoping I hope they build it accurate enough to have the smuggler compartments so I can hide in there. But I have a feeling I'm going to pull that smuggler compartment open, and there's going to be tons of 501st in there hiding.
Right.
we're going to look like we're some refugee boat.
It's going to be like your 501st party in San Diego, you know?
Yeah. Except we're all going to be like this.
And all in armor.
All packed up like sardines. And like, oh, crap. Everyone had the same idea as me. But yeah, you really do. You get it. Now, the way
I do want to make a disclaimer here. Universal's not paying us to say this stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I love this place, and Scott's really grown to like it a lot. So.
But if anyone from Universal is watching, we will be happy to have you pay us to say these things as well.
And you can sponsor our show, and we're happy to come down here. You can fly us down at any time.
Yes.
And spend a few days live broadcasting from Universal Resort in Orlando, Florida.
Definitely. But, so Brett has a plan when we come here.
Yes.
So down here is the main gates into Universal Studio. We get here right just before the gates open.
Yeah, I always like to get here a few minutes before it opens, if not half an hour, because I like to be in line, because people are already lining up. So we're not unique to that. And then as soon as the gates open and they scan you in, they scan your pass, they do your fingerprint, and then immediately you got to hit the Minion ride, because that will back up first. So you get in line there. It's usually a 5-10 minute wait tops in the morning. You're usually in the first few
only
queues.
Use these tips if we're not here, because we don't want a big line messing up our plan. So,
but yesterday it was a little different, because we got in actually an hour early. I was able to finagle a way for us to get in. Universal's watching. Don't listen.
No, it was okay.
What we did.
No, they have a way. If you're staying on the resort,
they stay in the resort property, or like me, I'm a Universal Pass holder, so I get in an hour early, anyways.
Right.
But so we hit the Minion ride first. From there, you kind of work your way around the Universal Studios park, hitting the rides. If there's rides you want to do, you skip them. Unless you got someone who wants to ride them, then they can ride them. Yeah. But basically, I work my way around the park. The center of the park is a lagoon. You're basically working all around the rides on that. And as we're doing that, we're hitting every ride, getting on there. Now with Scott, if you got someone new, I like to take them through the full ride. If it's someone that's been there before, it's like you single rider everything, because you get through the line a lot faster. And we did it the first time we came, and Scott didn't care. So we hit all the rides that we wanted to hit. And
that's not true.
Well, except for one.
We hit a ride I didn't want to hit. See, okay, I don't do roller coasters. I don't like up and down.
I was a bad boy.
Spinning I'm good with. So when we first come here, I warned Brett of this, and he knows what I want and what I don't want. And we get to the Gringotts ride.
Yes.
And he's like, oh no, this one's easy. It's just a virtual reality thing. I'm like, okay,
it moves on a coast like this, and you're fine.
So we get in, we strap into the car, and I'm like, cool, this is exciting. And then the bars close and you're locked in. And Brett goes, oh, by the way, I lied. I'm like, what? And all of a sudden you feel the car goes, it goes to this like 60-degree angle. I'm like, you jerk. And I don't think I said jerk.
No, and it dropped us in there. And that's the worst part of the ride.
That is the worst part. Once that finished, the rest of the ride was very fun. But
I never make him ride it again. I did that the one time. Yeah, he was mad at me. He forgave me about 3 years later, but which we're still in today.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I like to mess with him on that. Every ride that we go on that I know he can ride just fine, I would go, yeah, it's just fine, except for that 80-foot drop.
Yeah. Well, so then after that, now I don't trust Brett. He's broken the circle of trust.
Yes.
And we're going through. Then we get to the Cat in the Hat ride, which is like a kid's ride. It looks like nothing.
Yep.
But so we get into it, and then he goes, oh, by the way, I lied again. I'm like, what? And there was no drop. But I didn't think there was. I'm like, okay, this is not a kid's ride, but it is. It's a family ride.
It's a family ride,
It's a family ride. I'm like, there's no way this is drop. But he already broke my trust once, and now he does this, and I lied again. I'm like, oh, you
But I didn't make him go on the Mummy, which is very similar to Gringotts, but more roller coaster.
Yeah, he warned me about that, so I did not go on that. But he went on with my daughter.
And we brought Ashley. The second time we came, we brought Ashley, the Comic-Con kid, yay! And she's not a kid anymore. She's going to be 18 soon. But and we had a great time bringing her down there for the day. Her and I got a chance to ride a bunch of rides together that he wouldn't ride. And that's fine. And she was hilarious because with me and her on the rides, she was all excited and having a good time. I'm telling you, Ashley. And then we come outside, she was like wholly unimpressed girl.
Yes, definitely.
So she's with Dad, she's like, typical teenager. So, but it was fun. We had a good time doing that. We spent the whole day. And again, I had my path, and we could hit both parks, hit all the major rides that I like to hit.
Be careful with that wand. You might set off a spell here.
But
speaking of the wands, tell them about the wands. And
this is an interactive wand, and when you buy these here at Universal Studios, they're around $50, so they're not cheap, but they're pretty nice. They're a good hunk of plastic, basically, but they're really cool looking. They're authentic wines,
and being
officially approved.
Being an activated wand, what does that
there's a little
mean?
tip here, and when you go in different points within Hogsmeade or Diagon Alley, there's places you can do magic in the different windows. So what you can do is have things happen. There's one spot I did at a secret location they have. It's on your map. It comes with it.
Yeah,
and it costs a scroll. Yeah, here's the Ollivanders right here.
The Ollivanders box. But inside the box is really cool.
Yeah.
You get a Marauders map, right?
It's just
not
map.
really the Marauders.
It's a map of Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade.
It's on both sides for each of the different. For those who don't know,
and you got a little tip on the end here that connects to this lights that come out. Basically, it's like laser activated.
So those who don't know, you got Hogsmeade, which is on the Adventure Island side.
Islands of Adventure, yep.
And then
that was the first park they built for Harry Potter World.
That was the first?
That was the first one.
Okay. And then what's this one called?
This is Diagon Alley.
Oh, yeah, Diagon Alley.
Over in the Universal Studio side.
And if you want to see both, you have to get the 2-park pass.
Right, at least a 2-park. They have a 3-park, because the 3rd park's the Volcano Bay Water Park. But if you're not planning on going there, don't buy the extra park. Just get the 2-park pass.
Right.
And you can go back and forth. And you need the 2-park pass to use the Hogwarts Express to go back and forth. And when you do that, you have to go both ways, because the story's different both ways.
Yeah, different storyline. You're going to want to watch out the window for there's a cool, like, 3D looking
you're basically
scene that happens.
You see parts of London when you're heading from Diagon Alley to Hogsmeade. You see London first, and it crosses the countryside.
And you'll see
before you
various
pull into Hogsmeade
storylines
Station.
throughout. And then on the other side of you have the frosted windows, which is really cool because they do these silhouetted characters walking back and forth, and there's certain scenes that happen where characters like Harry Potter and
Hermione and Ron, they pop up on both sides.
Yeah, but they're silhouetted.
Yep.
So it's cool though, the things that happen. So we won't ruin what happens, but definitely
check that out.
You pay attention. You watch back and forth.
There's a lot of cool immersion stuff. It really draws you in everything you're doing within the Wizarding World.
And part of the immersion stuff, when you look at this map, there are little spots marked all throughout for if you have an activated wand where you can do the spells.
And they'll do stuff in the windows, things will happen. Now, there's different places you can turn on lights, you can make rain fall.
Yeah, so it's really cool. I don't know if that'll show up or not, but now one thing to note, when you get this, if you take it into a dark room, there's some glow-in-the-dark ink on here to reveal where hidden spell spots are.
Right.
A lot of people don't know that. We didn't even know that. A little kid told us that one of the times we were here to look for that. So definitely something to keep an eye on. Now, some tips.
Yep.
Here. Now, when I was first doing it, I'm doing the spells. I'm doing these big motions, and nothing was working. But Brett here is an actual wizard.
You have to keep it more tight, and when
very
you do this,
tight, yeah.
And within the zone, it'll go.
And there's little sensors in there. You really want to keep it in the zone of the sensor. That's why you do tight movements. A lot of people have trouble, especially.
There was a little girl yesterday I saw trying to do one in Hogsmeade while we were waiting for Vinny to get off the Dragon Challenge, and she was holding it like this, trying to do it. I was like, no, and I had to go over, and she didn't speak English, but they allowed me to help her. The mom did, and I said, hold it like this. You have to hold it up so it's up towards the sensor. She did it a few times and it worked. And she turned around and waved and was so excited.
Like, why is this guy taking my wand?
But the mom was like, said something to her and like, oh, okay. And then they did. I said, so do like that. She was good. So I didn't take my wand yesterday. I took it last Friday when I came here because I brought my sister out. And I'd already done some magic, so I was good.
And if you don't want the activated wand, you can buy a regular prop
have character wands of tons of the characters. I mean, they even had some of the the villains from like episode 7 or movie 7 and all that. They have several Death Eater wands, which they come out with periodically and change them up.
Yep. And throughout they have all these themed stores all throughout too that are themed to the Wizarding World. So you got the Weasleys, Wheezies.
Yep. You can go in the regular stores. You hear them out them talking about, and you can buy you can buy robes. You can buy your tie. You can buy
Death Eater masks.
Death Eater masks in Borgin and Burkes. Yeah, over in the Nocturne Alley.
Nocturne Alley. Yep.
Yeah, because they have Nocturne Alley. You know,
so many cool things. It's just you got to experience it yourself.
Butterbeer. Now, it's funny. All the people that work here say the frozen butterbeer is the best. Now, I've had the frozen butterbeer. It's good. I like the classic cold butterbeer better. I think it's creamier, tastes better.
Yeah. So when they say cold, it's more like a soda,
right?
Pop.
It's like a butterscotch cream soda, but they put this foamy stuff on top,
which is so good.
It adds to the flavor, and you see it kind of going into it. And it's
actually, you have your pass for here, don't you?
I can go get us one after the show.
I think you need to go in and get us one. I can't go in because we only had a 1-day pass.
Right.
I might have to.
Oh, we might do that.
I might have to pay you to be my butterbeer mule, sneaking out of the park for me.
We can do that.
But,
I can do that.
So Brett and I both agree. We think the regular cold drink is the best. Yesterday I tried the butterbeer ice cream.
Yep, it's good. I've had it before.
Vinny had secret video of me. I didn't know I was being watched. I was waiting for them from a ride, but they went to single rider. They got off fast, so I'm sitting there eating my cone, watching the puppet show, and
we were watching the same show. They
got secret video of me.
In Diagon Alley, they do really cool shows, and one of the puppet shows they did was a story about this fountain. And it's part of the Beetle the Bard tale.
What was it called? The Fortunate Fountain?
Something like that, yeah. I forget the full name of it.
Semi-Fortunate Fountain or
it's
something
the first time I had seen them do that, because every time I see them do the plays, it's always the Three Brothers.
The Three Brothers.
Yeah, Beetle the Bard's all the stories they do. So the Three Brothers and that. So
okay.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. The puppets were very stylized.
Yeah.
And how they did their play. They had a unique look to them. They kind of look like in the movie itself, too.
Yeah.
So.
How you doing, folks?
Hey, Joe, how you doing?
Everything okay?
What's going on?
We're just doing a quick Facebook live stream to some friends of ours and everything else.
You can come in.
You're welcome, come on in.
Yeah, you're welcome on.
We do a normal radio show called Odd Musings over the internet as a podcast.
Yeah. What do you do?
It's called Odd Musings.
Odd Musings.
It's a podcast we do, and we've been here for a couple days, so we just want to let you know how much fun we've been having here at the park.
We're talking about Wizarding World, telling people how great it is, and the butterbeer, try it.
Yep.
Cool. So you're just doing Facebook Live?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Facebook Live.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You want to pop in, say something about the park? You're welcome in.
Joe doesn't want to get on TV, I don't think.
I don't know what allows.
Oh, that's okay. He's just the voice off camera, but
I'm a pass holder too, if that helps you.
Yeah, it's awesome here. We love it here.
Where are you from?
We're from Michigan.
I'm north of Detroit. He's south of Detroit.
Yep. I have 20 cousins that live in Michigan.
20?
Yeah.
Everybody has cousins that live in Michigan.
My very first concert was at Pine Knob.
Oh yeah, yes.
Seals and Crofts.
Nice.
My very first concert was there. It was Cool in the Gang.
Oh, very cool. Well, enjoy yourselves, folks.
Well, thank you very much.
We've enjoyed our days here.
Have a great day, Joe.
So,
where were we at? We were at the butterbeer.
Yeah, I'm going to get you some butterbeer later.
Actually, we want to give a shout out to Joe because he could have shut us down just now. So thank you, Joe. And anyways, I lost my train of thought. How about this? Because we're running out of time on that.
Yep.
Let's give a shout out to T-24.
Right.
Talk about them because Vinny did join us.
Well, as you know, T-24 is our exclusive T-shirt sponsor, and Scott is wearing the Ghostbusters shirt today. So I'm not wearing one today. Yesterday I wore the Potter Weasley and got tons of compliments on it, so it was pretty cool. But when you go to their site, T-24.com, that's TEEMINUS24.com, or on all the social medias, you can order all their cool t-shirts, but use code ODD, ODD, get 10% off. They do free shipping. Now, they're here with us this weekend in Tampa Bay, so they'll be shipping out next week after they get back for anything you order. But definitely go on and order to support our sponsor. Always use the code ODD. One, it helps us track who's ordering for us. Two, it saves you money.
Yeah, you save 10% on your entire order. Plus, they do free shipping on the online
and they
orders.
got t-shirts, they got vinyl stickers, they've got buttons, everything to fit all your fandoms, a lot of cool stuff, and a lot of stuff that's online exclusive, like with the Potter Weasley shirt I've worn it before online, as well as I wore yesterday, as well as a cool Voldemort Lestrange I'll be wearing this weekend, which we'll post some pictures of as we go on through the weekend at the show.
Yeah.
So definitely check them out. T-24.com on everything you can find, from website to all the social medias.
Awesome. And so then, in addition to all this fun we've been having this weekend here, I just got back from San Diego Comic-Con.
Yes.
So that's a marathon in of itself. For those who don't know, it's a huge show. If you don't know Comic-Cons, it's kind of the premier event of the year for American shows. New York Comic-Con is right up there with it also. Had a great time. Everybody's great. I do Airbnb when I stay out there. For me, it works, but a lot of people like to stay in the downtown, in the Gaslamp district, which is right across the street. It's really amazing, though. I read an estimate about 300 to 400,000 people show up downtown there.
I've not been there, but all the stuff I see, besides in the hall being packed, everything outside is packed up and down the streets. They set up all kinds of venues, shops do stuff, restaurants do stuff. they take parking lots and put up all these exhibits you can go into and do
Yeah,
things.
they do the lottery for the passes, and you have to apply for each individual day.
Yeah.
And so you don't know if you're going to get all 4 days. You don't know if you're only going to get 1 day, 2 days, whatever. But I'll tell you what, the event has grown so much outside of the show that you don't need to be in. Actually, honestly, a lot of people prefer outside the convention center, which I don't want to really promote because I'm inside. So come inside. So
come in and spend money, yes.
But on the outside, they had like a special whole thing set up for Blade Runner, and they did their Blade Runner panel in there.
Oh, that's cool.
And they had all the props. They had there's all these different.
Well, I know
areas.
they did a couple years ago. They did some Walking Dead stuff out there and had stuff going on that.
Walking Dead has become so huge though they can afford to be inside now.
Yeah.
So they moved everything inside. They have this whole walkthrough exhibit where like it looks like the junk pile scene where Rick has to fight that crazy armored zombie, and so you walk through, but they have it all enclosed, so you only see it if you go inside.
Right.
But everything was great. Artist Alley, always a blast. Love my neighbors. I've been in the same spot for a few years now. Jeffrey Moy on my left, he does amazing drawings. Look him up. He does work for DC Comics and many other things. And on the other side of me is Dan Parsons and his better half, Robin. Robin keeps talking to me all weekend, which keeps me company while Dan's drawing the whole time. So that's always nice. But Dan has done. He may be the single most published Star Wars comics artist. He has worked on over 150 issues back when Star Wars was with Dark Horse Comics. So look him up too, Dan Parsons, Parsons. He does beautiful work, and it's really a privilege and honor to sit next to him and see him drawing all weekend and talking to his fans. So, and then somehow I end up there. But between these two great guys, and they really are great guys too, in addition to being great artists. So always a blast. Being such a long show. You don't want to be near your neighbors you don't like.
It's a 5-day show for you. I mean, preview night starts Wednesday. It goes through Sunday.
Yeah.
And you got some serious hours there. And I know Scott Post, people ask if he's getting around. He doesn't get around. I got
to wait till I get back. At the end of each night, I would get home and then go through my Facebook feed to see everybody else postings to see what actually happened at the show. But it is interesting, because they did have all these great panels and reviews and stuff. One thing I do get to hear that you don't get to see on the Facebook post is you kind of hear the word on the street. When the panel comes out, people are talking.
Yes.
The fans are talking. They'll tell you what they just saw at certain panels. It is interesting, and I don't want to bash the DC. I don't want to get into that conversation, but I heard zero after the DC panel. No one was talking about it. Whereas after Thor and the Infinity Wars, even after the Defenders, after Stranger Things, there was a big buzz that came out. People were excited. I heard zero, which doesn't necessarily mean anything. Maybe I just by chance I didn't hear anything where I was sitting, but I did find that kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's
we'll see.
It's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, I'll go see the movie Justice League when it comes out. I liked Wonder Woman a lot. And I want to like all these DC movies. I just haven't, except for Wonder Woman, I haven't been exceptionally excited about them. So.
And from what I see in the trailer that they released, to me, it feels like Wonder Woman is the outlier. Yeah. Wonder Woman happened because I think what happened is they were so focused on Justice League, they didn't put their hooks into Wonder Woman, and they actually allowed the director.
Kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy. They just let them run with it.
Yeah.
Here's what we need in it, but do the rest we want. And that's why those two movies were so good. And then even Guardians 2 was really good because
it was really good.
They still gave him some leeway on that.
Yeah, he got to put his touch on it.
Yeah.
But so we'll see.
No?
But
did we lose something there?
No. It's just going into. Oh, there we go.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. We thought the screen just went into power save mode, so we're safe.
Good.
Anyways, so the Justice League trailer is what it is. Everyone saw it. So far, to me, it just felt like a bunch of slow motion and cool shots, and they
tried to make all the characters look giant almost, and it was like all these low angle shots, everything else. And I don't need them telling me the story, but it was nothing spectacular. It was way over CGI'd, way too much green screen.
Yeah, and my feeling on it is with Marvel, we had the reveal of Thanos here in the Infinity Wars trailer. Yeah. All of these movies lead up to it. Thanos, they revealed at the end of Phase 1.
The Avengers movie, and they didn't tell us ahead of time. It was just there.
Right, and it's been this slow buildup of this ominous threat throughout, and now we get them. Whereas here, in this movie, in the Justice League one, it's just like, there was no reveal of this ominous threat in any of the movies so far, and now it's just there, and which I just
we've had no build-up. I mean, Suicide Squad was just about them, and even then it shouldn't have taken place. They're trying to build this backstory for Batman in that, and in the Superman Batman that we've not seen. I mean, I know we've had previous Batman movies, but this is a completely different version of Batman, and we've not had to build up. They've not built up the Superman, barely a build-up, and they kill him off.
Yeah.
So
and that's you brought up Superman.
Yeah.
That was, I think, was the single part that bugged me about this trailer is all of a sudden Superman is so loved and the world misses him, and Batman is talking about how we have to join together because of him and all this stuff. Yet they spent 3 movies telling us how much everyone hated Superman.
And the only thing that brought them together was both their mothers were named Martha.
Well, and spoiler alert.
Well, that's Superman versus Batman. If you haven't seen it by now, you're not going to see it.
Yeah. So
it was basically, as I dubbed it, it is superhero stepbrothers.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, visually, it looks cool. All the DC movies visually have looked great.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Zack Snyder does. He's a great cinematographer.
Right.
He lays out beautiful scenes. He creates those moments really well. And there's nothing wrong with their moments. The problem is the connecting of the moments, for me, doesn't seem to happen. Wonder Woman, it happened.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens. Hopefully they...
And we know Wonder Woman's getting a second movie. They announced it in San Diego.
Well, we also
announced
know
a whole line of DC movies, and to be honest with you, not impressed.
Although there is the big news of the day here.
Yeah.
Of Henry Cavill's mustache.
Oh, yeah. He's got a mustache for shooting the new Mission Impossible movie, so they're gonna, for all his reshoots, they have to go in and digitally remove the mustache.
Right. So, so whenever you see his upper lip, it's going to be in question whether it's real or fake.
Yes.
We don't know.
Let's go through it. I think this
Maybe
part
it's
was
Memorex.
Real, this was fake. This real fake.
That could be the new Memorex commercial.
This could be a future college drinking game.
Yeah. When is his lip real? But but so anyways, that's the DC one.
But the cool thing was, DC's. I think we talked enough about that because the cool thing got really out of San Diego was the Thor trailer. I think that was the biggest reveal.
Thor was great. I know. Well, Infinity Wars was awesome.
Infinity Wars was the next thing,
but that really was revealed in D23.
Right.
But they kept such good raps on anything leaking.
Yeah.
That it was another reveal.
Yeah, they had. I mean, people snuck out video and posted online for the Infinity War stuff.
We did see.
Which
made me excited. But Thor looks like a home run to me.
Yes. Well, the thing I've been reading, though, is Hemsworth went to them and said, look, Thor movie's been fine. He goes, I want what you guys are doing with the Guardians. He wanted more fun.
Yeah, and since his contract was up, he had a little more power in doing that. But I think also, to be fair, I think Marvel itself recognized that the Thor movies were their weak. I think they were their weakest out of all of their
They were surprisingly good in a lot of ways, but they were still the weaker ones.
What saved, in my mind...
Except for the Incredible Hulk.
In my mind, what really saved Thor was Natalie Portman's friend.
Yes.
She was funny.
Yeah, Kat Dennings, I think.
Yeah, that's it. She was hilarious, and the supporting cast was great.
Yes.
But there was something missing, and I feel like they found that missing part, and they have
the trailer's been released, so it's not a spoiler. It's been released, so it's out there. You've got Thor he basically loses his hammer. He's going to end up somewhere else on another dimension world, and who shows up is the Hulk, and it's World War Hulk. So they're not going to do a separate World War Hulk movie, which I think is cool. They did a cartoon version of the comics.
They're going to incorporate. They're incorporating a portion of that story into the Thor.
Right.
And
so where he's a gladiator in another world.
Because really, as me and you spoke off camera, Hulk is a great supporting character. He's not a lead. I mean, he's not a deep enough. Like, in my opinion, all the drama and everything that makes a good movie, that's the Bruce Banner side of the story.
Correct.
But nobody cares about Bruce Banner.
Well, they had several years of it back in the late 70s, early 80s, so we've got enough Bruce Banner that way.
Bill Bixby was great.
He was awesome, yeah.
He gave us the sadness.
Yeah.
That lonely walk down the road. Do-do-do-do. If you really want to hear it, tune into Motown Mojo Live. Listen to the end, and then you'll hear the end music as Dominic goes off the air.
Yeah.
but yeah, it's great. Every element is, and it looks beautifully shot too.
Yes.
There were a lot of scenes that just look like if you pause it, it'd be
a lot of colors,
painting.
a lot of brightness to it. It's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So that looks great. And then we had the Infinity Wars.
Yeah, the Infinity Wars trailer they did. Now that was a reveal they're not releasing officially yet.
Right.
Part of it though is the beginning of it. Man, I don't know if I want to talk about too much because I think it might be a spoiler for those that don't want to see it.
We'll give a quick spoiler alert. What we're about to talk about is what was revealed in the Infinity Wars trailer, which honestly, that's going to be all over the place really soon.
So I mean, basically, it opens up. You've got Guardians of the Galaxy guys, so they're in the Infinity War. They're in the new Avengers movie.
Yeah. What we learn is, we won't give the exact details. What we learn is Thor is the bridge between Marvel Cinematic Universe here on Earth and the Guardians universe.
Right.
Thor connects with the Guardians in a certain way. We'll let you guys see how and if you want.
Yeah.
But that's the connecting point. That's going to bring the Guardians over to Earth.
Right.
So and they reveal Thanos. Looks like he's getting ready for battle in the scene.
Yeah, he actually comes out without his full armor on that we've seen.
Oh yeah, like he's not afraid. He doesn't feel like he needs his
he's got
armor.
what appears to be the Infinity Gauntlet on his left hand.
Yeah, and they show.
But I'm not sure if it is though. He shows him with some power.
Well, it looked like one stone was on it, if I remember right.
Yeah.
I think he didn't have all the stones yet.
Yeah, so this is gonna be him trying to get all the stones because there's the second one coming out in 2019 is supposed to continue that story.
Yeah.
So everything in between should help fulfill that aspect too.
Yeah. So I will say this: between D23 and San Diego, I am so mega geek for Star Wars: Last Jedi.
Yep.
For the Marvel, for Thor, and Infinity Wars, and Black Panther.
Right, Black Panther.
Black
They didn't
Panther
do a lot at San Diego on. They had some stuff there because I saw online.
But that one's farther out.
That's in February. It comes before Avengers.
Okay.
Again, the Avengers trailer they showed was a teaser to San Diego. We're not going to see anything more on Infinity War until probably after Black Panther.
Yeah. Well, they're going to have to be careful what they reveal for Infinity War because it's
of the Thor.
Spoilers from Thor and Black Panther.
Right.
So, but we do know Spider-Man will be in Infinity Wars. You see him in the shots, too, which we knew because of the contract.
Peter Quill, who is Star-Lord's going to be in it.
Yeah.
So they're tying all these guys into it, and they're coming in because it's bringing the whole cosmos. Because
it'll be pretty epic, though. I'm hoping they somehow take the Defenders and slip them in, even if it's a background shot.
I think it'd be cool.
That would be cool. So, how about we get into? Let's talk about Loringer Chiropractic briefly.
Yeah. We're going to take a little break here. We're going to talk about that. Loringer Chiropractic, based out of Belleville, Michigan, and Dexter, Michigan. It's one of our great sponsors. We've enjoyed having them on as a sponsor for us. And as you know, I go to Loringer's when I'm in town every week. I'll be back there next week getting adjusted. I'm going to need it after all the theme parking and Comic-Con I'm doing. But they do everything from massages to all the treatments for chiropractic. They have their on-site x-rays. They can do everything there. They take all major insurances, so you can definitely give them a call. Check out oddmusings.com. Go to the sponsors page. Click Loringer. When you go down, you can click to their webpage to get their phone number and give them a call. And if you're not in the Southeast Michigan area, you still give them a call and say, hey, this is where I live at. Do you have any recommendations? And they should be able to help you find a local chiropractor that fits in with their motives. The nice thing is they're family oriented, they're family friendly, and they're not out there to try to gouge you out of everything. They get you going where you need to be and they get you into a maintenance phase. And at that point, you're coming when you want to. You don't have to come all the time. I go every week because of my injuries from a previous car accident, and it helps me get back in the adjustment, get my alignment going, and helps me keep healthy, really. Stay healthy, but that's what I need to do. Not everybody has to do that. I have to. So definitely check out LoringerFamilyChiropractic.com. Go to oddmusings.com and click the sponsor page.
Awesome. Some other things revealed. They had a Stranger Things trailer for season 2 that's coming out.
Oh, that looks so awesome.
Looked very good. Looks like I believe, from what I watched, I don't think it was images from season 1. It looks like Eleven is back, according to the trailer. They show her wake up or something.
They were talking about her like they still see her.
Right.
And then we did see a glimpse of her at the end, but that looked like a shot from season 1.
That's what I thought.
Or the first, or actually Stranger Things 1, because this is Stranger Things 2. They're doing it as like separate movies, just episodic.
And this takes place, I want to say like 6 months later.
It's sometime afterwards. Will's there.
But it's not a long time after.
A majority of it was, though, when we see Will, is he's starting to see the upside down. He seems to be stuck. Like he keeps going back and forth between it's almost
the reality.
He's phasing a little bit.
Yeah, phasing.
And they didn't give away too much on that stuff because that's gonna probably a lot of this stuff I think is all gonna happen in the first episode. So they weren't getting too deep into it. So
and it looks like too they deal with like a lot of people were always concerned about how come nobody cares about Barb. Yeah. And there is a scene where they're talking about. It looks like you're seeing the after effects of what happened in this town and how it's affecting the city.
Yeah, and everybody, including like the sister, as as well as her boyfriend that she ended up with at the end of the season.
I didn't
first
like
season.
that boyfriend.
But I think
she made a bad choice.
But I think they did it right for story-wise. I think it's going to make more sense in the second one.
Oh, probably.
I
agree.
things are going on
I
there.
just thought he came across as a douche to me.
Yeah,
but that's my thing.
I don't know if my buddy who played Troy is going to be there, Peyton.
Oh, yep.
I met at Traverse City.
I bet he's back in it.
I hope so.
Because I think that would be a
part of the town
interesting
part.
Story arc to continue.
You know, that's what I didn't really talk about because he couldn't really talk about it, whether he was in it or not.
But it would be interesting to see how his character was affected by that event.
Right.
Where he has his interaction with Eleven.
Yes.
You know, what happened to him after that. So that'll be interesting to see.
So I'm looking forward to Stranger Things. It comes out October 27th, time for Halloween.
Yeah.
All 8 episodes will be available on Netflix, so definitely check that out. I know once it comes out, I'm marathon. I'm sure Scott's going to marathon it. Of course, you're going to be in Paris when it comes out.
Oh,
that weekend. Yeah, that's that weekend.
Oh, boy.
Because that's when I'm going to be out in Fort Wayne.
I'll have to learn my French so I can watch it in French.
Well, you take your tablet, you connect to Wi-Fi, you can try to get on your Netflix that way.
I can sign into my Comcast at home, my
Xfinity
account. But so that'll be pretty cool. And another thing, the Defenders.
Oh man, Defenders looks awesome. They didn't get too much more new on that because that's going to launch in August here. August, I think, is 18th?
Something like that. It's close.
Yeah, mid-August and that, and it's gonna have all episodes streaming right away, of course, for Netflix. And the cool thing is you know they show how everybody's coming together, how they're tying in. I like that Rosario Dawson's character is kind of a go-between between everybody on this series.
Yeah, she is the glue that's bringing them together, which is interesting because she's a non-powered character.
Right, so but she takes care of all the.
She fixes all their bullet holes and knife slashes and gashes and everything else.
So that'll be fun on that.
Yep, definitely.
And something about Defenders, you know, so we'll definitely that's something that Scott and I'll talk about. We'll try to marathon ourselves so we can talk about that on an episode.
And outside of trailers and stuff, as always, you know, around the floor, the Sideshow Collectibles booth. Oh my God! Yeah. I'll tell you what. For many of the artists there, that's where our love is. We love Sideshow Collectibles.
They have the best sculpts on statues.
Beautifully done. Beautifully done. The paint jobs are so realistic, and with LED lights now, so many of these statues have like these little LED lights all built into it, so you get like these cool effects where things that should light up do.
Right.
You know? Really cool there. Check out Sideshow Collectibles, see what they came out with. You won't be disappointed with those sculpts. It's very cool.
So we look forward to that. You know, more reveals from them because they have everything there, but they don't actually reveal everything until it goes on to actually launch. So I know for San Diego, I'm always impressed with the amount of people we know there. I want to give a quick shout out to our friend Sammy Castillo. She was set up with Tommy Castillo Studios.
She was holding up well. She seemed very enthusiastic. She was drawing at the table, which is cool because you didn't used to see her drawing at the table.
And people don't realize that she's an artist in her own right. She's done animation work. She's done storyboards. She's got a lot of work, but she supported Tommy 100% and still does. So it's Tommy Castillo Studios. I want to give a shout out to that. This is kind of the launching party for that.
Yeah,
and while Tommy wasn't necessarily there physically, he was there in spirit from everybody that was there. And I know for myself, and I'm sure I can speak for Scott on this, we give 100% support to Sammy and Tommy Castillo Studios, and we look forward to seeing how that progresses and grows over the years.
And we should see her this weekend too here in Tampa Bay.
I'm not sure. You know, she's not set up.
Oh, she's not?
No.
Oh, I thought she was.
I think she's still out west. In fact, we saw last night. Remember, we saw she was at Disneyland yesterday, and she's driving back.
You know what? I didn't know it was land. I thought it was World.
No, Disneyland. So they're still out west. So she'll be making her way back.
Curse you, dual locations. You fooled me.
But we'll see her soon. I'll be talking to her in the next couple weeks because I'll be back visiting family in December for a wedding and down here in Florida. So I'm gonna make some time to come visit with Sammy and talk with her. And she always knows that if she needs something, she's just got to call on her big brother Brett, and I'm always there.
Awesome. Well, also let's give a shout out to Chubby Duck Detroit.
Yes.
Let's talk about them. They're located in downtown Detroit there, and they use all locally sourced foods.
Oh, and it's so good, guys. I can't wait. We're going next month for sure.
Yeah.
It didn't work out for July because of our schedule, but definitely in August we're going to plan on going.
Actually, I think it's next week.
If not next week, we're going
to go.
We're going to go in a couple weeks out because Connie, the Comic-Con mom, would like to go with us.
Oh, okay. So maybe in 2 weeks or so.
Or we go twice.
But so Chubby Duck Detroit, check them out on Facebook. Chubby Duck Detroit is
Yep.
they're always posting. They're doing a whole bunch of new recipes they've been working on. They've been kind of going through a reboot themselves.
And they do a lot of cool. They've been voted like top 10 in Detroit the last few months in different magazines and articles.
Yeah,
and the food's great. I mean, we get it in an hour and a half after it's been made, and it's still fresh.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely. So check them out. You won't be disappointed, especially if you love sushi. Go there. But like I always say, I'm not a sushi person. There's a ton of stuff on the menu there that I've loved. They have their stacks.
Yep.
Where they had a beef stack, rice and beef that I had that was delicious. They had a shrimp one.
I've had the salmon one twice.
Yeah.
The spicy salmon. It was
and
really good.
Even the seaweed wrap. It's like a cone.
Now I want to try that. I'm gonna try that.
Yeah,
when we
I
go
had
there.
that one. I really liked it. So check them out at Chubby Duck Detroit on Facebook. They have certain hours, but when there are special events downtown, they will change their hours to accommodate those events. So
watch it primarily Monday through Friday, 11 to 7, but they do weekend hours with like Tigers games, different events going on. So check their Facebook. They're hoping, I think, eventually to extend their hours a little bit as they grow and continue to move on from there.
Right.
But we can announce they've decided to stay on with us as a sponsor. So they're with us at least for another 13 weeks past their initial time. So we're excited about that. So thanks, guys, for renewing with us. We're excited.
We appreciate your support on
It's
that.
because of guys like Chubby Duck that we're able to do things like this and come to you guys from Universal Orlando. It's not that we're making tons of money off this, but when we can build in around our shows and have a fun day like we did yesterday and do this today, it's because of our sponsors allow us to continue to broadcast through the Echo Network, which Dominic's running the board for us. And
thank you, Dominic.
Yep, thank you, Dom. And he's doing a great job. But we're having a great time. It's been a lot of fun. But yeah, Chubby Duck's great. So definitely check them out when you're in Detroit, Michigan, because there's Detroit, a couple other places, but definitely Detroit, Michigan, downtown. So we're gonna wrap up here in a few minutes. So what else we got to cover?
Well, let's just talk about some things moving forward here. What we plan on doing this week, and then we'll do our final sponsor, International Minute Press.
Yep.
We'll talk about them before we sign off. So what's going on this week? We got Tampa Bay here.
Yeah, we got 3 days of Tampa Bay. We're going to be setting up tomorrow, Thursday. The show is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They do interesting hours, 12 to 6 on Friday, which is great for us. Now, Saturday's a long day. It's 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Some people complain about that. I personally like it because by 10 o'clock, the crowd settled in and we're having a good time. And it ends at 6, so it's not going too late. So we can actually get a decent dinner and get some rest.
And for the fans, what's awesome is they do a lot of these panels after the show.
Well, they'll start, I think, at around like 10 or 11 on Friday morning with panels.
Yeah, it goes all day, but it goes all the way to
till midnight on both Friday, Saturday night, and then Sunday, same thing. Sunday's 9 to 5 for us.
Yeah. So often at Comic-Cons, when the show ends, the fans are like, well, what do we do now? At Imaginarium, the way they do their shows, they do Tampa Bay and they also do Indiana.
And they have a San Francisco show also.
Oh, yeah, San Francisco, that's right. They have these panels continue on, so the fans have stuff to do.
Right.
So that's really cool that they do that, and the fans really love that too, I think.
Yep.
And so definitely, if you're in the Tampa Bay area, check them out. Come on down. You see Brett and I.
They run some of my favorite shows, and while I like a lot of shows out there, these way it's run, way it's set up, it just runs very well for us.
And another person you'll be able to see is Dominic. He's coming out here too. He'll have his booth set up for Best Bucket Comics.
Yep. Selling his Arcane Awakening, some prints. I got a bunch of them. He shipped them down with me when I drove down. And
sorry, Dom, we're gonna sell them on the street though.
Yeah. Get your Arcane Awakening here.
We're just giving out as free samples to everybody at Universal.
It's promo. Don't worry, you'll get paid on the back end.
You're getting paid in exposure.
But so we're doing that this weekend. We drive home Monday.
Yep. So
and we're back live in the studio on Wednesday, of course.
Yeah. So let's give our final ad read to International Minute Press.
Yeah. It's a new sponsor for us. This is our first week with us. We're really glad to have them. Based out of Plymouth, Michigan, on Main Street there. We have the stuff. We have it up on the website yet?
Not yet.
It'll be up on the website today and tomorrow.
Well,
throughout Musings, and
as long as they send us their
yeah, we're still waiting on the ad copy. So Joe, if you're listening or watching,
send me the logos.
We didn't get it, man. So make sure we get the. I thought we get the logos, but we'll double check on that. We'll see what's going on there. But International Minute Press, it's a full service print shop. They can do everything. They're expanding more. And for guys like us, besides they will do for anybody on any project. But for guys like us to do artwork, stuff like that, they're really good on that stuff too. Really, so we're excited about that.
What's really important too for the people who are artists are our colors.
Yep.
And our contrast and everything. Because you can do your art can look beautifully when you do it, but when you send it to a print shop, if they don't know what they're doing, they can ruin it.
Yep.
And it'll come out horribly. Joe at International Press, he actually went to the College for Creative Studies in
Detroit, Michigan, yeah.
And
so does all his workers.
He understands, yeah, and his workers did too.
Yep.
So they understand art and colors and
getting things done right.
Yeah, so when they print our prints, they're doing their own quality control on, because they want their prints to look, they want their prints looking as good just like we want them looking good.
Right.
So they understand. It's a great partnership for us. Because it matches with us, not just on Odd Musings, where you, no matter where you are in the country, you can order prints through them and have them shipped to you.
Yep.
But we can use them on our art side of the business, and they can print comic books, they can print almost anything, banners.
And he's looking to put together for all of us, for all you fellow Artist Alley people out there, he's especially if you're thinking about doing Artist Alley, watch over the next couple months. He's putting together a new artist package where you can get like a banner, a tablecloth, all the kind of stuff to get your artwork set up.
So check that
out. So you can start setting up at different Artist Alleys or flea markets, fairs, craft shows, whatever you do. It doesn't have to be an artist. You can be in terms of like what we do. You can be an artist in terms of craft shows and have a lot of cool setup stuff.
Yeah. So follow oddmusings.com. We'll be posting all their contact information and links there, but we will also be putting it on our sponsor section in our Facebook fan page there also.
Right.
So I think that wraps it up here.
Yeah, we've had a great time here at Universal Orlando. We rode some rides. It sounds like I gotta go run and do a butterbeer run.
Yes, I need my butterbeer.
One last time for Scott this year. And
follow us independently too. I'm at The Art of Scott on Facebook.com.
And I'm Brett Art Pinson Creations.
Yep, so follow us there for our artwork.
And of course, for me, it's easy. I go to BrettPinson.com. You can click the like button right on my Facebook there and check us out there. Plus, I have all my artwork on BrettPinson.com.
And we have a super special announcement that just occurred just before this show. So we don't have all the info yet, but we are officially sponsoring an Odd Musings car for the Armada Fairs Demolition Derby.
Yes.
So we are going to have our Odd Musings logo on the car and watch it get crashed up. I think it's in 3 weeks. We'll have all the information posted.
We're going to do some live streaming from there. We're going to live stream the event and have a lot of fun. So we'll have a bonus Odd Musings.
We're going to interview the driver live. We're going to stream the event live as it happens. So watch out for the Odd Musings Demolition Derby car.
Right.
We're going to do some destruction.
Like have a lot of fun on that.
Yeah, just like the superheroes do in the movies.
Yes.
So...
Well, I think that wraps it up for us here.
All right, Dominic, thanks for running the board back home for us while we're here in sunny Florida, and looking forward to you joining us soon.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, man. Thank you very much.
Cue the music. Brett has to do his dance, even though we don't even know if the music's playing. Take care, everyone.
Bye, guys.